Hi, Kristen. Here's a couple follow-up notes from our lesson the other day. So the first thing we're going to look at, these are two different golf swings, but the first thing we'll talk about is the posture. So I think the easiest way for you to feel that you're in the right posture is going back to your soccer days, feeling like you're almost playing goalie in soccer, right? So you want to be in that nice athletic pose, but not hunched over. So you can see the video on the right would have been one of our earlier swings of the day, quite hunched over, almost reaching for the golf ball. So you're gonna put yourself in a position where you're having to change your angles quite often during the golf swing to be successful. Whereas if you look at the swing on the left, if we draw some lines here, we're gonna draw a line from your hip bone through your ears, and we're gonna see that as you start to take that club back on the left, you're able to maintain that posture a little bit easier. See, we get to the top of the swing, and that line is still in the right place. As you make your way back down to the ball, look at that. That line is roughly still in the same place. We had a little bit of a dip there, but pretty easy, right? So we're going to be able to generate all of our power by rotating our torso and getting our weight on from right foot to the left foot. And that's going to be a lot more repeatable for you. If we go back to one of their early swings, so we'll rewind here. One of the other key things we talked about is feeling like the body rotation is happening within the phone booth that's defined by your right foot and your left foot. So as we take the club back in one of your early swings, you'll see that not only do we change levels, but your head gets way outside of your right foot. And as we're doing that, we're not rotating nearly as much. We're just kind of leaning back, and then we're going to lean forward, and that's going to make it really hard to make consistent contact with the turf in the exact same place. And the ball's not moving in this sport, so we've got to make sure that we know exactly where we're going to make contact with the turf. So as we progress now through the swing on the right, you see how we've got to slide back into that box. As our hips exit the box on the other side, it's just going to make it very difficult to make this a repeatable move. Whereas, even though we're on the wrong camera angle, if we look back at the video on the left, you can tell when we get to the top of the swing here, there's not nearly as much of a lean. You're not leaning in towards the camera. So as you make your rotation back, you can see there goes the weight to the left side. The torso is able to rotate, so at impact, you've almost got your back to the camera. That's really good rotation. And now you're able to release the club further down towards the target. That's going to help you generate a lot of power and be a heck of a lot more consistent. So really the big one is at address, making sure you're standing up more like you are if you're a goaltender in soccer. The rotation during the backswing is making sure you're staying within the telephone booth, and then feeling that the weight goes to the right foot at the top of the swing, left foot on the downswing. Those three basic thoughts will be good enough at least to get you through the golf tournament. You should be able to wow some people with some good 9-irons and definitely some big bomb drives. Have fun. Hope to see you again.